Well, hello and welcome to 30-Day Reset with me, Cassandra B. Today is day 17th. So today we're going to kind of do a little bit of a check-in and remind you why we are actually doing this to begin with. We are 17 days in. So this is about liver health, cortisol, and your 30-day reset. It's understanding the deeper connection to why we don't lose weight, why our body gets sluggish. We have to wake up, heal up, and make our liver actually do the work it does. So in this 30-day reset, we're not just focusing on food habits, we're working on your entire system. So one of the most overlooked connections in the body is your ability to regulate stress. So cortisol is directly tied to how well your liver is functioning. So that's the whole reason why we do a detox twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. Because if you think about what you eat all winter and then what you eat and drink all summer, why we use this 2 times a year to actually clear out our system, bring down our cortisol levels, get into balance, get back into everything functioning at a higher rate so that we can be in better self. So if you reset every 6 months, your body doesn't have a lot of time to get clogged down with yuckiness. So think about that as you move forward. One of the most overlooked things is how overloaded our liver gets. And your body has a harder time of processing stress hormones, regulating energy, and maintaining emotional balance. So let's get into that. The cortisol liver connection. The cortisol in your body, its primary is so cortisol in your body is primarily a stress hormone. It's not bad necessarily, but when it stays elevated for too long, it can lead to fatigue, weight gain, especially around that midsection. So if you've got a lot of weight gain that has happened around that spare tire or that Buddha belly kind of thing, that can be your cortisol levels being way too high. Poor sleep. If you are somebody that tosses and turns or only gets a couple hours sleep at a time or those kind of things. Also hormonal imbalances, digestive issues. If your body is not digesting, it could be that your cortisol level is actually high. Your body might be fine, but your stress levels may not be. And if your stress levels are high, your body will not do the job it needs to do for you, because when it's in stress mode, it is doing everything it can to keep you alive. That's it. That's what it's doing. It's not healing. It's not helping. It's not doing anything other than trying to survive whatever it is that is being triggered in that moment. So here's where your liver comes in. Your liver is responsible for metabolizing, breaking down cortisol. So clearing the excess hormones of your body. We need to be able to pee things out, eliminate waste, all of those things. And sometimes even when we get the flu in that, it's because our body has been so overrun from toxins that we actually need our body just to explode and get everything out. Because if you're in optimal health, you won't get sick. So understand that if you've got a flu, that is because your body was not at optimal health. So try to keep yourself optimal so that you are not getting unwell, that you are not getting illnesses and long-term issues and all of those things, because those come in when our cortisol level stays high for way too long. Metabolizing cortisol, also clearing excess hormones from our body. It's also about the vitamins and all the minerals and all that stuff too. We need to hydrate to release, and our liver is a part of that job. That's why we want to wake it up first thing in the morning with that lemon water with a little bit of sea salt, so that our body starts working before we start putting all those other things into it throughout the day, like caffeine. Supporting your blood sugars, which impacts stress levels. Our blood sugar are rising and falling, that can put our cortisol levels into hyperdrive. So try and balance out, eating properly, doing the things, not high sugar, low sugar, high sugar, low sugar, because that ebb and flow is actually not great for our system and is really not great for our liver, because it spikes cortisol. And when we're spiking cortisol, our liver's not functioning. That's why alcoholism and those kind of things affect the liver so much, because our liver can't do the job other than just to stay to go into survival mode. So it doesn't work. It doesn't anything. It tries to save itself. And what it doesn't realize is by going into stress mode, it actually is no longer doing its job. So try to stay out of the stressors when you get into that space. Make sure you're breathing. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. That is one of the biggest things you can do for yourself is drinking water. Hydrate your body. Like I said, these little things that we've been adding in over the last 2 weeks are all to support liver health. They're all to support your liver and your kidneys and your digestive system to be in its optimal health so that you are not spiking cortisol, so that you are taking the nice deep breath all the time. Your liver is burdened by processed foods, excess sugar, alcohol, environmental toxins like plastics, chemicals, and one of the big ones that we don't pay enough attention to, chronic stress. Chronic stress is one of the biggest aspects of a killer of your liver. So because that chronic stress keeps your cortisol levels high and your liver shut down and not doing its job properly. So it has to prioritize when it is in all of those processed foods, sugars, plastics, stress, all of that. And cortisol doesn't get cleared efficiently. So this can create a cycle of increased cortisol, stress increases. So then we get into this, I'm gaining weight. Now I'm stressed about gaining weight. Now my liver can't keep up because I'm gaining weight. And it's a spiral inside of your own mind, which then spirals your body into holding on to everything so that it can survive whatever it is that's going on. Because the stress, your body doesn't understand what stress is what. It just understands stress is fear, and it holds on to everything because it doesn't know what it can let go of. That's why we want to let our cortisol levels come down and our optimal self be in best so that we can release all of those things, that we don't spiral into stress spaces, so that our liver can keep up to what it needs to do in order to release and let go of all of those. If cortisol stays elevated, the body stays in that stressed state. So we have to bring the cortisol level down in order for our liver to function. I know, tough, but that is what actually is required for us. So the reset is designed to reduce the load on your liver, support the natural detox pathways, and help the body return to balance. That's what we're wanting today. When your liver is supported, cortisol becomes easier to regulate. Your nervous system can settle, energy stabilizes, and your body shifts out of survival mode. So that is the thing. If you are in stress, your body is in survival, and all of those things are not working optimal. That means your liver's not working great, your kidney's not working great, which then means your heart's not working great, which means your digestive isn't working. All of these, it's like tick, 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 tick. One stressor causes all of these things not to work at optimal best. So cortisol down, everything rises. Cortisol up, everything falls. That's the ebb and flow of that energy. So we need our cortisol levels down in order for our liver to do the job it needs to do. So remember, this gets us back to those leafy greens, broccoli, kale, cauliflower, beets, garlic and onions. These are all so good for your body. Ginger, honey, lemon water, all of these are to help support hydration. It's one of the most important things we need to do, and it's one of the things that we don't do. And it's the easiest thing to actually add, which costs us very little. And that is the water supports toxic elimination. Without the water in our system to run through, we don't eliminate waste. Hormonal balance. We need water in order, remember, you are mostly water, so you need that in order to be in balance. We need the overall cellular function. Hydration equals flow. Flow in body, flow in mind, flow in spirit. It just means flow. So hydrate so you can flow and where you need to go. Your gut and liver work together. When your gut is supported, waste is eliminated properly, toxins are reduced, and toxics don't get they get shifted out. The liver, when our gut is supported, our liver isn't overloaded. That is why they go hand in hand. Gut health and liver health are our besties. We need to support both to be in optimal health. So movement and release. We want to move our body. Otherwise, our lymph nodes get stuck and stagnant and nothing can go out. So that means in our armpits, which is where we sweat, and in our groin, because that's where we pee. So those two places, if you are sitting lots, That's getting stagnant in your crotch. If you're sitting lots, it's also getting stagnant in your armpits. So we need to move and shift so that our body can naturally sweat and urinate so that we can release all of the things that are actually killing our livers. So support those things for yourself today. Also, circulation helps the lymph nodes. It reduces stored tension. Tension brings in cortisol shifts. So signal safety to the body. This is what movement really does. When we are dancing and playing and being in all of those shifting, our energy comes up, our cortisol goes down automatically. Put on a song for 3 minutes. That is an instant reset to your cortisol level falling and your energy going up. Your body starts moving to go, oh, we're good. All right, let's start doing the job we need to do. So if you do that every 3 hours, your cortisol levels will never be able to peak at that same level that you were at before. So start moving, start dancing, start finding some inner joy. We have all of that to support ourselves today. So do the thing, dance the thing, sing songs, do whatever it is. Go in the yard and just spin and spin and spin like you were 3 years old, just for the heck of it. Because all of those things help bring our cortisol levels down, brings our love energy up, which then makes our body flow in its best self. So the missing piece for most people are practices like meditation, breath work, slowing down, oxygenating all of our body, not just here. Breathe deep, belly breathing. We want gut health, belly breathing, liver health. All of these go together. So we need to meditate, breathe, and slow down. Meditation also is not sitting there going, no, it can, but it also means you could go for a walk out in nature and just be in space. That is a beautiful way to meditate and be calm and bring your cortisol down, gets your body movement, gets everything shifting and going. So this is fantastic to support your body in the best possible ways. And then remember, we're still reducing our toxic load, which is how we put foods into plastic, all of those plastic things that come into our house, cleaner food choices, cleaning process, right? Instead of buying all the chemicals. Vinegar is an amazing cleaner. A drop of bleach can do such amazing things for disinfectant. We don't need to buy 82 products of this, that, and everything. Baking soda, vinegar, and a bottle of hydrogen peroxide and bleach. Those 4 things can make a world of difference and bring down the toxic load that you are bringing into your home. The biggest thing to take away is you don't force your body to detox. You don't hack the cortisol. There is no easy fix on it. It actually means you need to support your body in order to bring all of those down. You need to support your liver for your body to feel safe. All of these things need to happen by you relaxing, getting into body, breathing deeply, being in calm mode, because if our cortisol is even spiked a little, our body is not working at its best self. So when your liver is supported, your body feels safer, your stress responses soften, and your system becomes more efficient. You will get the little subtle instead of the big things that have to wake you up. So bring your cortisol levels down so that your liver, your gut health, and all of those can function at its best. So they go hand in hand. I'll see you again tomorrow for the 30-day reset with me, Cassandra B. Have a beautiful day.